I was going to do a monthly review, but I only liked about 3 releases from the whole month, and considering none of my favorite groups really came back to give me any content, I don't have anything to give you guys. I can only give you a review, and then I'm going to be talking about some small controversies that happened over the month, or stuff that just really made me go, what? Throughout the month, maybe my changing feelings on something, I don't know, so we'll see how this video goes. I'm sorry if it's a hot mess. Anyway, let's get to the video. There are a lot of good December songs, so I'll just go over them in an order I personally planned. Vibes 11. This was a solid debut and honestly captured my attention. I could see why it went absolutely viral. The music quality as well as IVE's line distribution is excellent. I've never really seen a group with 6 members who has such good and well-off line distribution, and all of them have fine vocals that suit the music, and there's a decent amount of vocal variety. Discography as well seems promising with their B-side Take It, and I think IVE have a lot of potential to really have an amazing discography and legacy if their music continues the way it's going. Pirate, I absolutely remember that song. It was everywhere from the beginning to the end of December, and Return of the Girl itself was a widely loved mini-album, with the B-side Don't Speak being considered a fun, loving track, and 90 Nights seeming to pick up its own traction alongside Company. The overall album is lovely and flows together really nicely. While I may not like every track on this album, it's certainly something to remember. Donut by Twice is a song that is written in Japanese purely, and so this is a Japanese release. If you're not interested in this, I'd recommend you skip this segment. Personally, I really liked the elegant concept that was very becoming of such a soft and sad song about love and how it's continuous, waiting on someone to love you back. The music video fits that my heart has that little hole for you in it waiting for you theme. I recommend watching it while listening to the song as it's utterly peaceful, incredibly catchy, and absolutely lovely in every single way. Otaku and Yukika's To the Light. This song came out in late December and was more of a last-minute release, and I was utterly surprised that it was going to be released, as Yukika has been working on small stuff like this all year. This time she delved into the Korean rock genre with Nodoku, a soloist who I'm not really sure what he does, but the two of them did a nice rock-sounding duet with a retro flair. The final song I'll be talking about for this section is aespa's Dreams Come True. This is a reimagining or remastering of SES's Dreams Come True, released back in the 90s. If you don't know who SES were, they were a 3-member K-pop girl group who debuted under SM Entertainment, and as far as to my knowledge, first K-pop female girl group ever, and were basically their girls' generation or Blackpink of the first gen. They were absolutely massive in South Korea. Dreams Come True is their iconic debut song. This remastering by Boa, as described with her as more of a hip-hop beat, is utterly fantastic. They managed to have a 1990s retro influence while still keeping somewhat of the original spirit and giving it a modern rendition, which I think is incredibly impressive nonetheless. I recommend you listen to it, especially if you like 1990s K-pop music. This is a wonderful reimagining that I think you'll enjoy. Talking about another debut that gave me a lot of hope and promise for the group was Kepler. Da 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 was a very 4th gen track, but still managed to be catchy and stick in my head. The music video did not do the song any justice, and the song is best listened to on a live performance or in a dance practice. I do not at all recommend looking at it otherwise. The original songs on Kepler's album as well show a lot of potential for their future discography. I hope it sounds more like this, or they investigate sounds within the realm of the genres that they explored. I'm not really sure how to categorize them because, once again, I'm not a genre expert, but I really enjoyed them nonetheless, and I recommend the album to anyone who wants to listen. Yukika decided to feed her fans again with a collaboration in January with an artist known as Your Beagle. She is a small-time K-pop rapper as far as I know, and has a small domestic and international following. Just like Yukika, she's a smaller soloist, and the two of them collaborated on this R&B influenced 1980s track called Moonset. The instrumental is incredibly soothing, and the harmony of their voices together really brings this track to life, as well as the lyrics of anxiety about call me baby right before Moonset. It's an incredibly soothing and relaxing song. I'd recommend it for any time of the winter, especially January though. Go ahead, if you haven't, pick it up on Apple Music, Spotify, or whatever you listen to. Not so fresh group to the scene, but they recently debuted too. What That Beat is a 9-member unit under SM Entertainment made up of several female artists across multiple generations of their company's lineage. The first member is notably Boa, a soloist who worked on the remastering project for Dreams Come True by aespa, as well as has, well, a massive solo career and still does. The next members are Taeyeon and Hoyeon, prior Girls' Generation members, and now soloists under SM. Then we have Wendy of Red Velvet, who is now currently a member, as well as soloist, and Sulgi of Red Velvet. We finally finish off the list with rookies Winter and Karina of aespa. The unit has only produced one single by the name of Step Back that's been under controversy for misinterpreted lyrics. I won't say anything about this other than the fact that the song is a lot better than they think. Aside from the Step Back silly girl section at the end, I actually really like the song. It's very danceable, catchy, and fun to listen to. Whether or not you think the song is bad is up to you and your personal perception, but I'll get into that later. Before I talk about Step Back's lyrics, I want you to note if you have issues with the way SM marketed the song, or the way the promotions or what they said about it seemed misleading, you're valid. But if you're someone who thinks lyrics are misogynistic, I want to take this back a bit and step back just a little bit here. So I want you as the person to imagine being in a relationship. I will call you Person A. Person A has a partner named Person B. Person B has someone harassing them named Person C. Well, not harassing them, but flirting with them constantly, not leaving them alone about it, even after Person B has made it very aware they are not at all interested and are also in a committed, serious relationship. Person A watches Person B get annoyed, sick and tired of Person C. Person A then goes and tells Person C to step back and leave their partner alone, and that they should not go after them because they make people sick of them, including their partner, and that their partner has expressed many times that they are not at all interested in them and that they are in fact in a very committed monogamous relationship. Scenario over. Now when you reread Step Back's lyrics, you sit down and you think about it. Our female protagonist in the song that is singing is watching from the perspective of having her boyfriend continuously flirted with and hit on by a girl he doesn't like, nor does he want to be with and is not attracted to. She's also dating him herself. So I want you personally to imagine what it must be like getting hit on every day, and I want you to imagine what it must be like watching your partner come home from that every day. It's no wonder they say he's sick and tired every day, because sure as heck if I was getting hit on every day, I would be too. So what I'm trying to say here is, I understand the song was misleading, but it's not misogynistic as much as it is a realistic perspective. It is a valid, realistic look at something that anyone can have. It is a realistic perspective. Is it the sense of the confident modern female we want to see? No, but it may show and display strength in the protagonist for standing up for the person she loves. He himself could be the slightly meeker one in the relationship, and that's not an issue, and that's not a problem. If anything, I think the song's been heavily misinterpreted, but I do understand why fans are disappointed with it in the end anyway. But I think those who are calling it misogynistic are strongly misleading the fan base and others who are outside of the controversy broadly, so please stop. Alright, that took a while to make, and I mean a long while. I wanted to wait till the month was over since I was going to make a review, so I'm sorry that it took so dang long, but I'm really happy with how this came out, and I really like this, so I'll be using this outro as my official one from now on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope that instead of being bored, you were entertained, and I hope you've been liking my recent uploads as I've been putting a lot of work into them, and even some minor research, so I hope you have a good night or day, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. Just have a good time.